Hello. Hello. Prashant. Hello. Hello, Prashant.
Hello.
Ah,
Hello. Good afternoon.
okay, okay. Okay, I'm sharing my screen.
Okay.
Can you see this? Can you see the screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So yesterday we have discussed about the topics like what is importance of cyber security, what is the use of cyber security, and what are the types of attacks happening in the current world. Up to the
Up
code,
to
up to code injection.
injection attacks.
Yeah. Up to code injection attacks, right? So today we are going to discuss about the supply chain attacks. So the name itself it describes about the supply chain. Like let's say for example, when a developer is developing some sort of application, okay, some sort of application, and he takes the third party library from another third party organization. Okay, did you get the point? He takes the library from the third party organization. Like he uses the another library of the third party, not the same organization's library. Wait a second. Let's say this is a source code. Okay, can you see this? Wait a second. Like
No.
I'm
See.
sharing my whole screen. Wait a second. Can you see now?
No. Not it. Yeah. I can see.
Yeah. Okay, this is a source code. Okay, of some sort of application. Okay, here as you know, there would be some of the third party libraries here. Here the actual code will be written. Okay, here when a developer is using the some sort of third party libraries of the third party application, another organization, if this is another organization, this organization provides the this type of libraries for as a service for the another organization. Okay, did you get my point? This third party provider will provide the libraries as a service to the another organization, so that the another organization can use that service as a library to be included in the source code.
Okay.
Wait a second, I'll show you an image. Okay, can you see this image? Here we can see that import java.io.serializable.
Can you rub the SC red color these drawings?
Can you see now? So here the import java.io.serializable. If
Can you
this is,
export some
sorry,
zoom? Can you be able to zoom?
can you see now?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
here so you can see that import java.io.serializable. Let's say, for example, this overall source code is using the some of the contents of this java.io. So, if let's say, for example, if this java.io is provided by the third-party organization, suppose this code is developed by some organization A, but this library is provided by the organization B. Okay, so this organization A, sets up some of the agreement to use some of their libraries or tools of the organization B, and this organization A uses the library of the organization B. So this is called as the third party library. Okay,
Yeah.
this is called as the third party library.
Actually, what the third party library is nothing but where we can take the source code from another
Yeah, yes,
third parties.
yes, another organization.
Yeah, another organization.
Yes, yes. Okay, do you have any doubt? Prashant, we will do one thing. Okay, we will do one thing. We will discuss each and every topic in the class. We will provide another session for the doubt session. Okay.
Okay.
If you have any doubts related to the class, if you didn't understand any of the points, you can discuss about that in the another session, doubt session. Okay.
Okay.
So this is called as third-party library. So when an attacker, cyber attacker checks this that this source code is using the third-party organization's library, so that uh, then he will checks the third-party organization's data, like what how the what are the services being given by the third-party organization to any of the other organizations in the market. At that point of time, the attacker injects some of the malicious script in the library given by the third-party organization. Okay, he injects the malicious script in the third-party library. So as a let's say, for example, I am a organization A and you are organization B. If you are providing me a some sort of the library, and I am using that library to get some of the contents to be executed in the code. So as a cyber attacker will check that I am using some of the library of your service. So he will inject the malicious script in the uh, malicious malicious code in the library. Okay. So, as an organization A, I will, I think that this library is secure and it can be used in a safe way. Did you get my point?
Yeah, I got
Uh,
it.
so I will. So I think that it is secure and it is a safe way to use that library in my source code. But we don't know that attacker has already injected the some of the harmful elements in that library. So unknowingly, that harmful elements will be executed in the overall source code in my source code. So that is called as the supply chain attacks. The attacker breaks the supply chain, chain of the supply or the service given by the third party organization to me. That is called as the supply chain attacks. It is not only related to the library; it can also be the cloud as well. Some organization, third party organization gives the cloud service to store their personal information when there is some of the incident has been happened to that organization. Okay, at this point of time, the organization provides the cloud as a service, database as a service. Then a cyber attacker can inject some of the scripts into the cloud as well. Not extensively into the overall cloud. What is the service being given? Like what is the database being given? It has some of the unique ID, right? He will inject some of the harmful elements in that particular database, and that harmful elements will be executed in our source code, and he can disclose the personal information or any credit card information related to the banks. So like this, that this supply chain attacks will be happening in the real time world. Did you get this? Supply chain attacks.
Yeah, I get it.
So coming to the as like I'm saying that these are just types of the cyber attacks happening in the real-time world. As a VAPT engineer, majorly related to the web applications, API as well as mobile applications, these all types of cyber attacks should be known as a basic understanding. Like we don't extensively discuss this type of information in our course, but I'm just explaining this for the understanding of how the cyber security works, like how the attacker can inject some of the scripts into our source code as well without knowing ourselves.
Yeah, okay.
So coming to the insider threats.
Okay.
Uh, just a second. Insider threat means, first of all, in the name itself, it discusses about the threat happening from the inside of the organization. Let's say, for example, there is a, you know, thousands of developers as well as the thousands of testers. So from 2000s of the, software engineers from an organization, one of the developer leaves from that organization. Okay, he resigned from that organization, but that organization didn't took away the credentials access of the developer from accessing the resources of that organization. Let's say, for example, this is a scenario. If the organization didn't you know uh, take away the credentials of the developer to access the resource of that organization, the developer can access the resources even outside of the organization. Like even if we go to the company A to the company B, from the company B he can gain the access of the resources of the company A, so that he can disclose the key elements of the company A to the company B. So here the risk will be happening to the company A, which is called as the insider threats. In this case of attack, it is called as the insider threat attack. This is one scenario, and the second scenario is, first of all, when a recruiter is hiring some sort of software engineer, but he didn't check any of the documents or any of the uh, you know whether he is genuine or not. If the organization didn't check that whether he is genuine or not, and he onboarded that person into the organization. Okay, then that person may be attacking the critical information about the data, or even he can disclose that type of information to another organization, or he can sell that data to another organization. So this type of attacks can happen when there is no proper sanitization of the employees. Let's say for this is third example. uh, Normally in the software organization there should be proper least privilege principle. Means least privilege principle means the person should only access the resources only only as assigned to them, only the resources which are assigned to them. If the tester has access to the database, it is one of the risks. Not every organization has tester accessing the database as a risk. Some sort of organization has, if the tester has an access to the database, it is called as the risk. Same likely, if the tester has an access to the cyber security firewalls, or any IDs or IPS systems. IDS means the intrusion detection system. IPS means the intrusion prevention systems. If the tester has access to these IDS and IPS, then it may cause a risk to the organization, because unknowingly the tester might change the configuration of the firewalls or even IDS or IPS. But unknowingly, like I'm saying, unknowingly, the tester might be genuine. Tester might be genuine, and he's having some high experience in performing his job perfectly. But unknowingly, when he changes the configuration of any firewalls or any IDS or IPS, it causes the threats to the overall organization. Okay, did you get my point? This is about the insider threat attack. It is called as insider threat.
Yeah. Okay.
So majorly, insider threat means sanitizing the employees based upon the job role. And if it is not about the sanitization, we should check how the employee should be onboarded or taken into the organization. This is called as the insider threats. And coming to the DNS tunneling, DNS tunneling means, let's say, for example, there is a DNS server from where the requests are being taken from the client as well as given to the client. Like a DNS server is the middle point by transforming that HTTP request to the web server or getting that particular response from the web server and giving it to the client itself. Like it is working as a middle component to transport and receive the HTTP request as well as the responses. Okay, so when cyber attacker checks the DNS server and when he gets the access of the DNS server, he can inject some of the harmful elements as the records into the particular DNS server. At that point of time, let's say, for example, I am sending a.
Sorry. Can you repeat again? I didn't get.
Let's say, for example, there is a DNS server. Like for every client, there could be some of the DNS server. Let's say, for example, one client is accessing your google.com. That google.com will be transformed into the IP address through the DNS server, and the DNS server will send that request to the web server. In return, the web server will send the response, and the DNS server will take the response and send back to the client. Did you get this point?
Yeah.
So, as a cyber attacker, when a cyber attacker checks the reports of the DNS server, and he checks that DNS server is not configured accurately or securely, so that it can be easily attacked by the cyber attacker, and he can even change the reports of the DNS server. And if we change the server records of the DNS server, and unknowingly, if we send some of the HTTP requests, and that HTTP requests are going to that server, and we think that that requests are genuine, and the response coming from that server is also genuine. But what we don't know is that cyber attacker can change the request coming from ourselves, and he can change the response given to that request by the web server, and he can inject some of the script in that response as well, and that response will be by unknowingly we will check that response in our browser, and that harmful elements will be executed in our browser, which could get the attacker an extra edge to get the critical information or personal information about the client's browser. Do you get this?
Yes.
If no, I can explain again through some of the pictures.
You can explain me the pictures. I actually get the definition what you are telling, but with pictures it will be briefly.
Okay. Can you see this picture, Prashant?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. The request is coming from the client. Like it is a DNS server will be in the middle of the overall transaction of the HTTP request as well as the response. The DNS server will take that HTTP request and send it to the another web server. Here the picture is not good. This is web application. This is web application. Can you see this?
Yes.
Okay, as a client, the request will be first of all sent to the DNS server, and the DNS server will send to the web application. In response, the web application will respond with some sort of HTTP response, and that response will be sent back to the client. So, as a DNS tunneling, how this works as a attacker will inject the harmful elements or inject some of the encrypted DNS records. With that encryption, the actual data will be the harmful elements. Okay, injected into this server. So when the injected into this server, so when when a HTTP request is made to this server takes that HTTP request and analyzes the HTTP request, like what are the pages the user is accessing. Like if we get the session ID of that HTTP request, he can even gain the overall session of the client, and he can even gain the personal information about the client. Wait a second. Can you see this Prashant clearly? This is the
Yes, yes.
yeah. This is the response tab. Response tab. This is the request tab. Here the one of the request is sent to the application, and and in response the response is 200 okay, which means the status is okay, which means the application is responding with the resource being uh, you know accessed by the client, like it is giving the exact resource which is demanding by the client. 200 okay status meaning that. And if here you can see the session id, this number, right? If the attacker has the access to the dns records dns records of the server, and if we can check analyze the http request coming from the respective client, if he gains the access of the session id, with the session id he can even access the web application by saying that I am the original user who is accessing the web application, like he acts as an authorized user. This is a authorized user. This is the browser of that authorized user. This is the web application, and this is an attacker. Okay, this is an attacker. This is the DNS server. Okay. Sorry for the handwriting. This is the DNS server. If the attacker has the access to the records of this DNS server, if this if this user is accessing the web application from this HTTP request, he can gain this session ID. The attacker can gain this session ID. If the attacker has the session ID of this user, he can access the web application by using the session ID. So the web application thinks that the attacker as an authorized user. Authorized user. Authorized user means the attack the user who has the
Actually, here the OWS, the center one is DNS server, right?
yes, yes, center one is the DNS server.
Okay. The attacker will attack to the DNS server.
No, not through the DNS server. First of all, he changed the records of the DNS server. As you
Okay.
know,
He tries to attack through session ID.
yes, yes, he can
Okay.
attack even he can even attack through session ID or cookie ID. Okay,
Uh,
wait a second. Here, suppose let's say this is a DNS server, and in DNS server there are some records. These are the records. Okay, these are the actual records. But if the attacker has access to the records of this DNS server, he can change the some of the records, and he places the harmful elements with an encrypted form. See, I'm mentioning the encrypted form because normally the harmful elements cannot be directly injected into the DNS server. Encrypted means that harmful elements cannot be detected by the DNS server. There could be some of the security mechanism for the DNS server. To bypass that security mechanism, the attacker injects the harmful elements with an encrypted form. Like if this is the actual harmful code, encryption takes form as this. This is an encryption, and this looks like as a legitimate record. Legitimate record means actual, original, and secure record. This is the harmful element. On that, when the encryption is done, okay, encoding is done. Sorry, encryption and encoding is done. It makes this look as a authorized record. So this record will be bypassed through the security mechanism implemented by the DNS server, and the DNS server records will be updated. So whenever the client again access the DNS server, like access the web application through the DNS server, the attacker can gain the session ID. This is called as session ID of this user, and this attacker can act as a user, legitimate user, and he can even access the web application. So like this, the personal information about client will be disclosed by the attacker. Did you get this understanding?
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah. This is the overall understanding of the DNS terminal. Like it is related to the network penetration testing, but we just only want the concept, like how it works, how the DNS works, like how the DNS server works, how the attacker can inject some of the scripts into the DNS server. It is related to the network penetration testing, but we should have the basic knowledge of how the DNS works, or how the network components works. Okay.
Okay.
So coming to the IoT based attacks, it is like attacking of the physical devices. Okay, like physical devices or any embedded software, embedded systems. There could be some of the embedded software as well in the organization. Attacking of those things, it is called as the IoT based attacks. It is not that important. Like it is one of the type of the cyber attacks in the current world. That's it. These are the real-time attacks happened in the recent years. Okay, can you see this?
Yes, yes.
These are the real-time. First one is the ransomware through the ransomware attack. This is through the service attacks, and this medical files may taken away. I'll mention here, right? This is called as the file upload vulnerability. I will explain this. What is the file upload vulnerability? The medical files may have been taken. Like if the medical files have been taken from that organization is allowing the files to be included in their database without any sanitization. Did you understand my point, or like why I have said this? That organization is taking the external files without any sanitization.
Oh, okay, okay.
Did you get that? Why I have said
Yeah.
that point?
Actually the organization is giving complete access to without any sanitization.
Yeah, yes. That's the main reason. So that way the files can be taken by the attacker. Okay. This is one of
Okay.
the vulnerability. I will explain in the coming classes. Like in depth, we will discuss about the vulnerabilities.
Okay.
And one more thing here, people used to say that Apple is very secure, it cannot be attacked by the attackers. In 2010, the Apple has been attacked by the attackers through the SQL injection vulnerability. In 2010,
SQL database
yes,
injection.
yeah, the Apple has been attacked with the vulnerability existing called as SQL injection vulnerability.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the reason we should, mainly focus on improving the security architecture of the organization day to day. Like we cannot say that we have implemented the security architecture, we have implemented the security mechanisms. We can, leave the security department of that particular product. We have to really implement the new versions of the security. The attacker has some of the new attack methods, right? We have to implement the new mechanisms in order to make secure that. So it is a continuous process. There is no end to this. Even I have described what are the types of attacks. Currently, in the real-time world, the number one attacks are the phishing attacks. Second is the ransomware attacks, and the social engineering is on the leading. Here, social engineering means. Do you know the social engineering?
Where we are accessing unwanted links and unwanted.
Yes, through email or any Facebook.com. Okay, this is called as the social engineering tricks. The tricks will be played by the attacker. So next topic is the wider cyber security matter. Cyber attacks cost organization millions of dollars each year and lead to reputational damage. So as I have said earlier, if the attack has been happened to the organization, it can impact the business operations as well, which can impact the income or revenue of that organization. This is just the chart. It is for the data only. This is just the chart given by the Accenture, like information. How much security breaches have been happening in the recent years. So first of all, what are the roles of the VAPT engineer? So the course is related to the VAPT, right? Roles. What are the jobs the respective VAPT engineer should perform in their organization? Their job includes the protecting the sensitive information, such as personally identifiable information. They implement security controls, such as encryption, access controls, identity and access management systems to prevent unauthorized access to the data breaches. Here, the security controls such as encryption. So, do you know what is encryption? Shall I explain the term? Hello, Prashant.
Yeah, encrypted is nothing but where we cannot access. For example, SHA-256 algorithm.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We cannot read it directly without converting it into the readable data.
Yes. So that is called as the encryption, where the actual data will be encrypted so that it is in some form of text where the outsider people cannot access the form of data without a valid key. We have to mention the private key as well as the public key. Public key means the key will be accessed by any of the person. Like it is accessible, the key will be visible to the person residing at the receiver side. Whereas the private key, it is different. Like it should be accessed by the only authorized person at the receiver side.
Yeah, like secret keys.
Yeah, secret key. So that is called the encryption. Access controls we will discuss about. Like you might not even understand. Like if I explain about the access controls, like it is type of mechanism for bypassing. It is another topic we will discuss about that in later. Identity and access management. IA management. like how the depending upon the role of the user, he should only access the some sort of resources from the organization.
Yeah, we don't give all permissions to the
Yeah,
users.
yeah,
We
yeah,
need to write should we need to write the policies in
yeah,
uh,
yeah.
do we need to write the policies?
We will not write the policies as a way, but we just suggest the some of the these type of policies should be included for the developers or the cloud professionals. We will not write the policies. We will just recommend some of the necessary changes. Our role is to for clear cut information. Our role is to perform the testing. Not only testing, security testing of the web application by performing the penetration actions, and by the result of those penetration actions, we must recommend some of the suggestions, some of the recommendations, so that it improves the security of the application. We will not implement those security patches. We will give some of the recommendations on the security patches. That's it.
Okay.
So that's the role or jobs to be done by the VAPT engineer. So second job is to defending against cyber threats. These type of points I have explained in earlier sessions, to detect and respond to various types of cyber attacks. Maintaining security of the critical infrastructure. Critical infrastructure security is a vital aspect of cyber security, where such as involved in securing such as power grids, transportation systems, healthcare facilities from professional cyber attacks or potential cyber attacks. Did you get this whole points? Like I have explained these type of points in the first session only. That's what I'm just reading the points.
Yeah, actually, I'm getting it, but I need to go through the uh, what practical work, kind of what how it works, how it looks.
Yeah, yeah. We will show that the practical session as well. Like for the introduction class, this today, yesterday, these are just the introduction classes to the VPT course.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Actually, VPT course have not started yet. These are just introduction. Like you have to get the overall understanding of why we have to perform penetration testing. And for that purpose, the first two classes have been just basic.
Yeah, okay.
Ensuring business continuity, enhancing network security. Business continuity is related to the business operations. Network security means, let's say, for example, firewalls, IDs, IPS. And collaboration with the security analysts. So next topic is the what are the pillars of the cyber security? Like there are, first of all, there are basically three pillars of the cyber security. First one is the people, technology, process. So VAPT comes under the technology. Can you see this?
Yes, I'm seeing.
Yeah. This is the first of all PTP of the cyber security. Three pillars of the cyber security. People come. People means the VAPT engineering, security, security, cyber security professionals. Penetration testing comes under the technology. The software here testing and the software penetration testing is different. Software testing means checking the functionality of the functions given by the or developed by the developer. It is just like testing how the function works. But as a penetration testing, we have to check what are the data being taken by that function. Like if it can take any harmful elements or not. Like for a simple example, if it takes any harmful element, it is vulnerable to the attacker. If it doesn't take any harmful element, by providing some of the input validation mechanism, which is a secure mechanism, it is not prone to the attackers. Antivirus, firewall, intrusion detection system, software updates. It comes under the technology. The software updates should be updated on a regular basis with stable version. We have to mention these type of keywords for the while performing the penetration testing as well as while discussing with another security professional, because Just implementing the new version of the software doesn't imply that it is secure. We have to ensure that the software version is stable version. Coming to the process. So, do you have any doubt? Sorry?
No, I don't have.
Okay. Coming to the process here, management systems, policies and procedures, audit, governance frameworks. Audit means, auditing means nothing but checking the, authenticity or validity of the records given by the organization. Whether that records are, we can say that whether genuine or not as an auditor. It is related to the auditing, but by performing the auditing, if there are any, flaws in the report given by the organization, they can check that report and they can improve the security mechanism. In that intent, it is all related to the cyber security. So that's why auditing comes not directly concerned with cyber security, but it can improve the security of that organization. Okay, that's called as the auditing.
Yeah, what is governance frameworks and management system?
Governance frameworks is nothing but a framework where the organization should follow the respective rules set up by that particular framework. Okay, it is totally related to the auditing department. Okay, simply you can say that the organization should follow the rules set up by those, taken by this organization. If the framework is valid or it is taken from the third party organization, the framework should be valid and the organization should follow the rules set up by the framework. Did you get this point? It is nothing but the governance framework. And coming to the management systems, where the critical information will be maintained by the system, it is related to that maintenance of the personal information about the users. So that's called as the management system. Like it is a set of policies, okay, for managing the organization sensitive data. That's called as the management system in a simple word. And policies, as you know, policies are also the set of rules or the set of rules set up by the organization where the whole organization's user should follow the policy. Like let's say, for example, if if an incident has occurred to that organization, in that case, how the organization should respond to that incident. That type of information will be included in the policy, and accordingly, the organization user should follow the policy to to continue the business operations or to continue their normal role operations. Okay.
Okay. Can you explain the technology once again? Antivirus, firewall, intrusion detection, software update, software testing, penetration testing. What does this mean? These are the terms or these are the things that we are going to do?
No. These are not the things we are going to perform in the VAPT engineering course. It is just one of the technology to improve the security of the applications. Here, antivirus software will be there in the normal laptops, right? If the antivirus is not in updated way, it's not in a standard antivirus software. If that antivirus is not a standard software, it can create a vulnerabilities which gives the way or the path for the cyber attackers to attack the application. Okay, that's called as the antivirus. Firewalls have
Okay, it can prevent without attacking to the vulnerabilities.
Sorry, prevent.
It can prevent attacking from the vulnerabilities.
Yes. Like that's what is right. It is an antivirus. Antivirus software should be implemented in the laptops. Why? Because it cannot be attacked by the attackers.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I get you. What about software updates and software testing?
Software updates means nothing but if let's say for example I am using a ABC application, okay, provided by the some abc.com organization, and that abc.com organization has implemented some of the new features on that ABC application, and it has released the new version to me, and unknowingly I have downloaded the new version. Like it is that new version is for the only testing purpose, how the clients are using the new functionality. Like the critical security mechanism has not been implemented into that new version yet. Without unknowingly, I have downloaded that new version. Okay, which can create the vulnerabilities. As I have mentioned, the secure mechanism has not been yet implemented into the new version of that application, which can create the vulnerabilities, which can create a path for the cyber attackers. So here the software update should be done only for the stable version, and the client should download only the stable version, not the new version. It is not related to the how many new features have been implemented by the organization. We have to check whether the security mechanisms have been implemented for the overall versions or not. So that is important for the MNCs or any organizations. This is about the software updates. Coming to the software testing, it is related to the normal functional testing or any manual testing. It is related to, say for example, in an application, it is related to the login page. Like bank has a login page, right? The username, the login page has the username, password, and the forward password functionality. So the normal software testing means nothing but if we are clicking on the forward password, if it is redirecting to the another page, valid page or not. So that's it. It is called as the software testing. Difference between the software testing and penetration testing is if we click on the forward password, it is taking to the another page or not. Like that, it is not to taking to another page or not. It is taking any some delay, or even if it is not taking to the valid page provided by the developer, and it is taking to the another web application. Okay, this type of information will be tested by the penetration test. If you have any doubt related to
No,
technology,
no, good. I get.
I think you are getting confused between software testing and penetration testing, right?
Yes, yes.
Shall I explain that once again through pictures?
Yeah, we can go through the pictures. It is good.
Yeah, that is okay. Let's say, for example, this is a login page. Can you see this?
Yes.
This is the login page. This is the username, password, and this is the login functionality. If I click without any entering the this login button, it says as a you must enter the valid username. So as a normal software testing, we have to enter the some sort of Kiran at date 123, or we have to enter the valid password like 1234, and we have to click on the login. So if we enter the valid credentials and if you enter the valid password with a username, and if you click on the login button, it should redirect to the some page which is only visible for the only Kiran. Like if the person is Kiran and the password is 1234, and if I click on the login page, the page should be only visible for the Kiran. Here the Kiran is not yet registered in this web application. So that's why we are saying that we are sorry, but this username or password is not found in our system. This is called as a normal software testing. So coming to the penetration testing. So we will take same Kiran at the 123, the password 1234, and again we will click on the login button. Here the login failed. We are sorry. So as a penetration tester, we checks the if we enter the wrong credentials to log into the particular page. If it is displaying the valid error code, like here, we are sorry. It is displaying that some of the credentials are error. that some of the credentials are wrong. It is displaying that if in this place, if it logs into the Kiran at the rate 123 account, it is one of the vulnerability. Like the application is taking like not checking the valid credentials, like it is not sanitizing the credentials given by the user. It without checking the credentials, it is redirecting to the another page, which is called as the vulnerability. So so that's called as that's the difference between the penetration testing as well as the software testing. Did you get this one?
Yeah, I get it.
So I have explained this. So that's it for today. Prashant, if you have any doubts related to today's sessions, please ask. And if you have any doubts related to how, like if you didn't get any point I have explained, we can create a new session and we'll discuss the doubt session.
Yeah, okay.
Like today only. If you have any doubts, please ping me in the
Yeah.
group.
Right now we are discussing all the introduction, right?
Yes, introduction only. We are not
Yeah.
gone into the actual penetration testing course.
Yeah, if yeah, I can read it by Google also. What I mean to what I'm trying to say is, if I have any doubts, I can Google. If anything I didn't understand, I can text you and
Yeah,
we will
yeah,
discuss
yeah.
about the topic.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, we have some tools, right?
Yes, yes. The
To
tools will be
discuss.
come into the coming session.
Yeah,
Like we
okay.
are just providing, yeah, just like you must understand the terminology, right? You have to
Yeah,
understand first of all
yeah,
the terminology.
yeah.
So that's the
Basic.
reason first are the just basic sessions. That's it.
Yeah. Basically, we need to have the basic knowledge.
Yes, yes. Okay.
Thank you.
That's it for today. Tomorrow we will discuss about how the web application works. This is how the web application architecture, and we will come to your favorite part, like
Load balancers, databases,
no,
what
that's not actual penetration testing course. Okay.
uh, uh, don't we discuss about the load balancers and that?
First of all, we will discuss about the load balancer, how the web application works. We will discuss about the OS actual penetration testing.
Yeah, open source web application
Yeah, yeah.
project.
Top 10 vulnerabilities, actual top 10
Yeah,
vulnerabilities.
yeah,
Okay. And from the top 10 vulnerabilities, the actual penetration testing course will be started. Okay?
yeah. I think tomorrow also we will discuss about the basics only
No, no, no,
and
no. Tomorrow, just for 20 minutes, I will say about how the web application works. Like you
yeah,
must even understand how the web application works, right? How the data will be, taken by the web application will be stored in the different areas. Like if
yeah, by
you,
cache
yeah,
data basis.
yeah, if you know where the data will be stored by the web application, you can even penetration test in that area, right? If in that area, if there are vulnerabilities, it can be easily attacked by the cyber attackers, right? So you need to understand how the each component works in the web application.
Okay. Yeah, we need to understand the basics strongly.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
And tomorrow's second session will discuss about the top 10 vulnerabilities. That's it.
yeah. I think today up to 20 or 19 slides we
Yeah,
got.
yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. You can leave, Prashant.